we're going to talk about that. If a horse is a little bit sore in some areas, what I like to do is after I'm done riding, I just like to stretch my horse, maybe do a little extra brushing on him, especially in the area where the saddle has sat. I've already looked at your horse, gone over your horse as a massage therapist, and I think he is feeling pretty good. He's pretty content with his life as your pony.
Okay.
But let's take a look at this saddle. I'm just going to get my hands on it, underneath it, and look at a few different things.
All right, I'll hold the mic for you.
The first thing I'm looking for is some clearance for his vertebrae. I want to make sure that nothing is sitting on his vertebrae directly, because that's a lot of pain. There's more pain involved with a horse that has to have an object like the saddle or the edge of a saddle pad resting on the bone than it is if it's resting on muscle. They really can't tolerate that pressure on their bones. So we really want to make sure and be mindful that there is no pressure on his vertebrae especially.
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty good clearance through here. I like this.
Good.
It's not too high, it's not too low. Now what I'll do is I'll go down through the bars of the saddle with my hand, obviously palm up, and I'm going to just bring my hand down through here and look for consistent pressure. I'll do this on both sides, and I like what I'm feeling on this saddle. Now, assuming that we did this on both sides, I would move forward. If this didn't feel consistent, I'd be looking at another saddle is what I would be looking for. But what I find is there's consistent pressure here all the way down on the longissimus dorsi of his back. That's the major muscle that the saddle sits on. Okay. Now, I'll also look at where the rigging is. If we have our cinch coming down and sitting in, well, our latigo will support our cinch in a pocket for that, then it's going to be comfortable for the horse. But if the cinch is going to be stretched forward or backwards from where it actually sits with this rigging, there will be some discomfort. I like where this is sitting. See that's your cinch will be sitting right in that pocket.
Okay.
Okay. We also want to make sure that the bar spread in the back of the saddle is following the contour side to side of the horse's back. So I would take a look down through, and I like what I'm seeing. This is all following the nice curvature of his back.
Good.
Okay, good. Side to side. Where you would be sitting is a perfectly acceptable position. I don't see that you're going to sit too far back on the vertebrae. I don't see that you're perched too far forward. That's a good position. Your leg, for the function of this horse and for your work that you put him into, this is a perfect position for your leg. Okay.
Good. Now I've always known if the saddle's too far forward, you can restrict the front shoulders and the front legs, or too far back, putting too much pressure in here. And when I normally saddle him, well, without the pad, actually, it looks a little bit different. But I do try to keep it just to where my girth and my latigo is right behind this front leg, so it doesn't get up in his shoulder joint right there. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. Yes, you could gull a horse that way. What you will find is from one horse to another, where the girth or the cinch needs to sit changes. So his pocket is right here. It's perfect for this saddle. And you make a very good point on the shoulder. This scapula, or this, I could just say, this bone that's underneath the saddle rotates forward and back as he extends his leg and retracts it. So as this scapula rotates up underneath the saddle, you do want to make sure that it can float under that saddle comfortably for him. What I'm looking at is a contour that follows his shoulder up here. And if you want to take a look at that,
okay,
you'll see that follows perfectly.
Okay.
That's very nice.
Very good.
All right. I wouldn't go any farther if this saddle is consistent on the other side as it sits here. I'm very happy with how this saddle fits, and I can tell it fits you as well.
It's big. I got a big rear end. All right, we'll take a short break, and we'll come back and we'll check some other saddles with this same horse and see what type of fit we come up with.
Hey gang, I'm Ralph Casey.
And I'm Link Casey.
You know, as the owner of a farrier school, we get hundreds of letters for individuals that would like to see what goes on here. And plus at the Research Center, for the first time we're offering a free DVD just for the asting that tours not only the school but the Research Center. And hey, remember, it's free.
It is. It's free. It's me.
Hey gang, I'm Ralph Casey.
And I'm Link Casey.
You know, 15 years of research here at the Research Center. We've got something every horse owner that ever owned a horse or you're going to buy a horse, you definitely need. And here's some of the things you're going to learn, gang, that's important that you should know about the Grammar School of Shoeing and Trimming. You're going to learn what causes stumbling, overreaching, elbow hitting, forging or clicking, crossfiring, scapping, and the most dangerous, speed cutting. And guess what, gang? It's going to show everything that your farrier should know or you should know about your horse, and here it is. It's a DVD free for the asting. Every horse owner can get this, or farrier, or anybody out there. It's free. You can see the number right there on the screen, gang, and we're encouraging you to get it. It's going to be something you're just going to cherish from now on. Thank you.